Alright, we're back here on the Y block here. Getting ready to take the intake off and show you some of that goofy stuff in these board heads here. Again, I'm trying it on the new camera here. I haven't quite got this one figured out yet, but let's see what I can do with it. Anyway, here we go. I've already got the bolts out of it, and I'm gonna pop this intake off and show you this. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. One of the things I do before I'll pop this off, see, I've already taken all the bolts out and I've laid them to their corresponding holes here. One of the things I noticed here is that one, it's got water going through it. So I know that's a water jacket. It's probably picking up water as it comes through the crossover here into the thermostat. So I'll kind of make a mental note of that, because I know I'll have to Teflon this one. Same with this one. You can see how rusty it is. Probably, and you can see the rust powder that came out of there. That's probably because they go through a water jacket. Little things to look for as you're taking stuff apart. Again, like I said, that's why I really kind of take my time as I'm doing these. Especially because I don't have a book yet. The mail seems to be pretty slow coming. Anyway, I'll set you back up here and I'll pop that intake off. Get this turned here so I can actually see what I'm doing. For all you creators out there that got a cameraman, boy, you guys are really something. Let's see, is that on camera there? What I'm doing here is I'm looking for spots that when I pry on that, I ain't gonna bend or hurt anything. Let's see, how about right there, looks like a spot. There she goes. Let me try to find a camera angle here so you can see this. You'll see it as I see it this way. Maybe I can do it one-handed. We'll try that. Right now I got you sitting on an air cleaner for a Studebaker. Sorry about that little spaceship view there. Here we go. Hey, see there? I was a dumbass. Forgot to take that off. We'll take that off the easy way. Let me set you back up here. The universal hose remover. I don't know what they're supposed to call this little hose, but I call it the SOB hose. Because trying to get this sucker back on, oh Lord. And you know, Ford kept this forever. Somebody wants to talk to me. Hold on here just a second. Okay. Let's see here. I'm back. Sorry, that was Dad. He's wanting me to come over and pinstripe letter his motor. He just got it painted. That'll make for a good video too. I'll show you how I detail out a motor. It's that 350 that's going in the 39 Chevy for our 4-hour build series. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we're getting back on it. It's just taking a little time. Meantime, let me show you the insides of these crazy Y blocks. There's my universal hose remover. Okay. Get this ready here. Put the cigarette down so I can talk to you normal. Okay, make sure I got my bolts out of the way. Short one, there we go. Get that out of the way. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, not too bad. You can see on these Y blocks where the funky weird starts to happen. Let me look at that. Oh, there's something. Let me see if I can get that in frame. See how that's dark right there? How much dark that is? And how dark it is on this side. This has been blowed out. This thing had a vacuum leak right there. That's all stuff to look for as you're doing it. I know it tore the gasket when I did, but you can see where it's been run and stuff that, you know, age has passed through it. So I know this has been run with a vacuum leak. Anyway, here's that crazy, sorry, train's going by, intake design, or head design. Yeah, let's flip this over. And how it comes in from the intake side. You can see they're stacked on top of each other. And this is the water port. This is where the water comes back through and circulates through, goes through the thermostat, you know, all of that. It's only on the front, not in the back. The back holes are plugged right there. That's pretty neat to know. Anyway, so you can see there, and this, holy cow, this is hard to do with one hand here. This you can see, sorry, this camera's going goofy on me here. This you can see here is where I've been watching Uncle Tony, where he's working on that slant 6 in Plan Z. This is what got me to thinking his problems with Plan Z, I can relate them to these Y blocks in that way. They have variable sized runners. See, Ford was trying to do the same thing that Chrysler did with that slant 6. You got long runners and you got short runners, and they kind of did it through this and through this crazy design here. See, that one comes in, oh, that is smooth as butter. And actually looks really good. Anyway, that one goes in way back there. I can feel it, and drops in to number 1. Yeah, that's number 1. This one, oh, that's smooth. Goes in and across and drops in for number 2. So it gets its fuel signature, comes in, rolls around, and goes around into there. What it's doing is it's making them runners long, so it's for torque is what it's for. That sonic pulse torque that you get out of that. And I don't know, they're mounted, see, on a normal one they would have been mounted this way, standing up, and just gone straight in. But on these Y blocks, they tipped them over, so it comes in more like duct work. Huh. I used to do heating and air conditioning, and I'm looking at this, and my brain is triggering right now. My brain is, sorry, I had to get rid of that. My screen was telling me stuff that wasn't supposed to be there. I touched something. Anyway, my brain has gone into HVAC mode. Heating, air conditioning and stuff. In that, when you lay a duct down this way, you get a truer airflow out of it. It's easier to get the heat from your furnace to your registers with the duct laying this way. When you stand them up, it has to do with the way air works and air flows. You get swirl. You get more swirl when your duct is standing up. That's why when you go into any house, any building or anything like that, you notice the duct is this way, not this way. I'll bet you that's what they were going for on here. For some reason, it didn't work. Obviously, it didn't work because they don't do this design anymore. This ended with the Y block. The FE that took this, the Y block's place, which really, the FE is a Y block. It's an updated version of this. They have the same Y design. Or, well, honestly, an LS is a Y block. It's a skirted block. It goes down, like you see here. It goes down over the crankshaft. Makes them really strong. Anyway. Before I get off on a tangent here. So, I mean, I know this doesn't work. I know there's flaws in it that they just couldn't get these things to breathe right on the intake side. Again, on the exhaust though, this is when Ford had it right. And you know, I'm an engine guy. That's the easiest way I can tell you. I love them all. Chrysler, Chevy, Ford. If it takes gasoline and sounds cool, I like them. No matter what the heck they are. I keep saying I'm a Chevy man, but I'm a Chevy man because they're easy and they're the cheapest. That's why I'm a Chevy man. They're the most versatile of all of them. But I like them all. And this one, I'll take you back around here so you can see it. This one's really got my noodle running. And this could be fun. Like I said, I'm looking at this in the same way that the guys back in the 60s were looking at it and trying to figure out how they can get more out of it. And I'm looking at that with what limited experience I have with heating and air conditioning and trying to get air to move from the furnace all the way through the house to the back room and still heat that room. Maybe I'm gonna play around with these. I don't think I gotta port them. There's no reason to port it. There's no casting in there. You know how when you well, here's this. I got another open engine here somewhere, don't I? Seal them all up. Dadgummit. Anyway, you run your fingers down into another head. Say this is a Chevy or something, you know. Let's see. Let's turn it this way. Okay, see now this is a Chevy. You'll feel casting. You know, places in the mold that weren't cut out. And when you're porting, you're taking them out. You grind them out and you kind of smooth them. But when you port them like that, and then, like I said, and you smooth them out and you make them nice. These are already done. I wish you could feel this. I mean, they feel really good. Very little casting in there. And I know there has to be a little bit. You don't want them super smooth, but it's been a long time since I've run my finger through a set of heads and felt something that smooth. That is crazy. And I'm also looking at the old gasket here, the way it sets in there like that. It matches perfect. So yeah, I don't have to port these heads, or you know, that you hear people say, you know, gasket matching and that. They're already there. It's already done. And that sucker is just I can't get over it. That's a beautiful feeling head there. That's very interesting. When I tear into this one, because like I said, I'm using that intake on this one. This is the one that I'm actually going to run in the car. I've got other plans for that one possibly. And it's floating on budget is what it is. I've got two different options for the white one. This one, if things go right, it'll be this one. But if the money gets too tall on it, this will get pushed off to the side and I'll just kind of tinker with that one for a while. Possibly just run on a run stand, which I've got a build coming up on that too. We're going to make a run stand. Anyway, before I get off on too many tangents here, when my brain gets to going and I'm looking at those intakes and everything, my brain starts to work. Maybe it's ADD, I don't know, but my brain right now is trying to figure out how to make that better. Anyway, when I bust into this one, because this is a Ford, that's a Mercury. And I know Mercury heads were the cream of the crop. That's what everybody wanted. I'll pop the intake off of this one, and I'll check those ports too, because I'm really curious to find out if Ford heads are just run-of-the-mill you know, just the standard make it run kind of stuff. And if Mercury actually went, you know, all out, in other terms, like camel hump heads, that's a good one. Everybody in Chevys, the camel hump heads are like the cream of the crop type of stuff. But there's two different types of camel humps. The ones that everybody really wanted was the ones that came on the fuel injected ones. They had ports that are very similar to what I'm finding right there. They came from the factory almost like CNC heads, but they were only offered on the fuel injected Corvette 60, 62, 63, when they're very small, limited run camel hump heads. And the secret to them was those nice, already ported from the factory intake runners that they had on them. My dad actually got lucky back when he came home from Vietnam. He bought a 1955, it was about the first thing he bought as soon as he got home here, is he bought a 55 Chevy Bel Air that just so happened to have a 327 from a Corvette in it, and it had those heads on it. That car was the hottest thing around here because of that. He stuck a tunnel ram on it with 2.4s, but and the mechanical fuel injection was long gone. But I'm kind of wondering about them Mercury heads on these Y blocks. If there's a correlation there, if Ford heads are going to be rough and just good enough, and the Mercury actually had the cream of the crop. Again, all the stuff I've ever found on it is just that people wanted the Merc heads. They never, and they do talk about the higher ratio rockers and all that, but nobody really goes into depth on why the Merc heads were so wanted. So keep following me, and I'll keep doing my best to do this all for you in real time, so you'll see it as I see it, and we'll kind of take this journey together, and I don't know, we'll just figure this stuff out by getting our hands dirty. That's the fun way. Okay, so I'm going to get up to the other shop and pinstripe out that detail out that motor and get it ready for a clear coat tonight. And in the meantime, keep that metal hot. Boy, they put that off button way back here. I got to reach around and give you guys the dizzy.